Lightning crackles in the sky above a pastel-pink retirement home in the heart of Leonida State, where rumor has it that cranky seniors are more heavily armed than your average street gang. Yes, you heard that right. Floating among the dancing flamingos and chirping plastic parrots is the whispered promise of Grand Theft Auto 6, bringing us not just an expanded Vice City, but an entire playground of sun-soaked suburban madness. Today, we are about to unravel the most tantalizing mystery lurking beneath the palm trees and shuffleboard courts of the Sunshine Capital. Welcome back, folks, to the swirling speculation around Rockstar Games' upcoming installment. We all know Vice City is the neon jewel that mesmerized players years ago, capturing that iconic 80s vibe. But now, it is rumored to be re-emerging in glorious next-generation detail, with the entire Leonida region waiting to be explored. We are talking sprawling suburbs, endless highways, and more alligators than anyone could ever count. Our focus today, the outrageous yet oddly plausible notion that a Florida-inspired retirement community is poised to become the funniest and possibly the most chaotic addition to the open-world crime saga. Why care about retirees in a game renowned for high-octane heists and comedic violence? It all comes down to that signature Grand Theft Auto satire. The franchise has always thrived on lampooning quintessential slices of American life, and Florida's famous retiree lifestyle is basically comedic gold. Picture feisty elders zipping around in souped-up golf carts, brandishing canes with suspiciously spiked handles, or maybe staging entire protest marches if someone dares change the early bird buffet schedule. The comedic possibilities are limitless, and they dovetail perfectly with the absurd tone that players have come to love. At the heart of this speculation is the question: why is Rockstar keeping the retirement community under wraps in their teasers and official announcements so far? We have glimpsed the broader map, glimpsed enthralling landmarks from Vice City's neon coastline to the murky swamps of Leonida. We have even glimpsed a hammer-wielding grandmother, a cameo so short yet so brilliantly weird, it could easily fuel entire discussion threads online. But a full-blown, well-developed retirement enclave has yet to be confirmed. Fans are downright suspicious that Rockstar has something epic and hilarious hidden up their sleeves. So, consider the comedic potential: a bright, pink-hued residential neighborhood full of senior citizens who do not necessarily realize that they are living in a criminal sandbox. In typical Grand Theft Auto fashion, these folks could deliver some of the best lines in the entire game. Imagine wandering onto a well-manicured lawn as crocheted yard gnomes watch your every move. Suddenly, a group of retirees starts accusing you of trespassing and calls the local neighborhood watch squad, which might be less about safety and more about an excuse to gossip and brandish pistols. Of course, we must not forget the deep sense of authenticity that Rockstar brings to its open worlds. They excel at weaving a tapestry of bizarre realism, where head-scratching events feel simultaneously outlandish and alarmingly familiar. Florida's retirement communities are practically legends in American pop culture, known for expertly groomed lawns, heated debates over property lines, and unstoppable golf cart traffic. Now picture all that with a Grand Theft Auto edge: the scenic palm trees overshadowed by petty feuds involving stolen medication, or a side mission involving an illegally rigged pickleball tournament with catastrophic potential. Many are wondering if the retirement community storyline might intersect with Jason and Lucia, the rumored protagonists. Could these misunderstanding, gun-toting grandparents factor into the campaign's big heists? Or might we see cunning seniors employing nepotism and guilt trips to manipulate our main characters? The possibilities are endless. Perhaps a heartfelt mission involves helping an old war veteran retrieve stolen war medals, only for the errand to spiral into a chaotic assault on an underground ring of unscrupulous pawnbrokers. At every turn, comedic undertones are guaranteed to keep players simultaneously amused and enthralled. One rumor swirling around the community is the idea of a high-stakes bridge game, doubling as an underworld money-laundering front. Another rumor suggests a hush-hush retirement community known for producing the state's best homemade soap, which could be a front for contraband smuggling. And let us not forget the possibility of spry grandmothers leading covert vigilante squads once the sun goes down, patrolling their quiet streets to keep riffraff out. It is a playground for comedic creativity, and Rockstar is rarely one to ignore such fertile narrative ground. Are you intrigued yet? Because if you are enjoying this deep dive into what could be the wildest retirement community ever seen in a game, feel free to gently tap that like button. After all, who would not want to see a rowdy shuffleboard tournament devolve into an epic chase across a pastel-flavored promenade? The comedic potential from these unstoppable seniors could easily prove as legendary as any bank heist or gangster showdown. We are just scratching the surface, so buckle up as we explore more about what this bizarre yet compelling facet of Grand Theft Auto 6 might entail. Now, let us set the stage with a bit more detail. Rumor has it that Leonida will boast a wide variety of environments, from bustling city centers to tranquil nature reserves. This retirement haven might occupy a sweet spot between Vice City's glitz and the swampy outskirts, offering glimpses of senior luxury alongside patches of unexpected danger. Perhaps you can stroll through a labyrinthine community center plastered with crocheted tapestries, or run errands between pastel villas brimming with plastic flamingos. At every turn, the tension between serene living and comedic havoc will lurk beneath the bright Florida sun. Yet, the question remains, how does a retirement community organically fit into the overarching storyline? An essential hallmark of this franchise is that every location, from dusty trailer parks to fancy downtown apartments, resonates with a distinct narrative purpose. If Rockstar introduces a senior-filled haven, they will want to inject it with significant story hooks. Jason and Lucia might find themselves blackmailed by a seductive con artist cunningly disguised as a kindly grandma, or they could be forced to infiltrate a seniors-only club that holds crucial secrets for a major job. On top of that, the comedic potential is matched by the possibility of unexpected emotional depth. Grand Theft Auto is famous for its irreverent satire, but in the midst of parody, Rockstar sometimes reveals surprisingly poignant stories. A storyline about older characters confronting their pasts, maybe decades-old regrets or shattered dreams, could lend a reflective undertone to an otherwise chaotic world. Imagine helping an elderly ex-bank robber revisit one last job that never got closure, only to discover a heartfelt confession about mistakes made in youth. This contrast between heartfelt sentiment and comedic escapades might become a memorable highlight of the game. Florida is more than just retirement communities, though. We cannot overlook the enchanting wetlands, the dynamic nightlife, and the legendary theme parks. There is even speculation that some version of a theme park might be included as an in-game parody. But deep down, the iconic retiree stereotype is so monumental that leaving it out could feel like a missed opportunity. This is not just about comedic filler. This is about a core piece of Florida's identity, complete with its own quirks, dramas, and illusions about living one's golden years in a carefree paradise. Speaking of illusions, the entire chain of speculation ignited the moment fans observed that solitary hammer-toting elder in the very first trailer. She epitomized the feisty spirit that could become a hallmark of this rumored retirement enclave. Fans latched onto this cameo, scrutinizing every pixel to see if it might shed light on the shape of things to come. Could she represent a whole legion of seniors who are ready to drop the prototypical old lady persona and reveal their inner rebellious streak? One cannot help but laugh at the thought of a fully realized Florida meltdown scenario. Hurricanes that drive flocks of determined seniors indoors, turning everyday life into a claustrophobic meltdown of grumpy neighbors and claustrophobic tension. Each retiree might have a personal stash of questionable relics from their younger days, from battered secondhand guitars to old security passes that open hidden vaults in the city. Then, in typical Grand Theft Auto style, everything might explode into an all-out fiasco with comedic heartbreak, leaving players to wonder how things spiraled out of control. Rockstar, of course, is masterful when it comes to populating their games with memorable side characters. Think about the colorful individuals in past installments: hustlers, ex-cons, crooked attorneys, and unsuspecting bystanders. Now imagine that same creativity unleashed on a set of no-nonsense seniors who have seen it all, from the Great Depression to digital streaming. They could dole out streetwise wisdom sprinkled with conspiratorial rants about the government all in a single breath, creating a comedic tapestry as robust as anything we have seen before. How would crimes and vehicles be adapted in a place like this? Golf carts might become the new sports cars, with engine upgrades for those geriatric speed junkies. Meanwhile, hush-hush shuffleboard tournaments could serve as cover for under-the-table dealings, and hush money might be exchanged in crocheted coin purses. The entire vibe would flip the typical Grand Theft Auto hustle on its head, trading nightclubs for early morning coffee gatherings and bullet-ridden shootouts for lawn care battles that escalate into property right disputes. The paradox alone could keep players enthralled for hours. You might wonder how chaos can truly thrive in a community built around quiet living. Yet that paradox could be precisely the comedic spark fueling the game. Retirees, perceived as harmless, might hide old grudges just waiting to resurface. Rampant gossip could escalate smaller squabbles into full-blown vendettas. Rumor has it that a legion of crocheting ninjas might be the perfect comedic concept. And in a place that prides itself on serenity, any criminal disruption stands out, generating the perfect environment for comedic tension and insane side missions. On a deeper level, Florida itself has a reputation for delivering bizarre headlines. Whether it is local news about alligators showing up in unexpected places, or citizens having their wild antics plastered across morning broadcasts, it is a treasure trove of comedic potential. By zooming in on a retirement community, Rockstar would not just be rehashing old jokes. They would be capturing a slice of reality that can easily tip over into absurdity with just a little push. The mild-mannered atmosphere, the pastel color palette, the slow pace of life, these features provide a comedic tension that begs to be explored in an interactive setting. And while we are here, if this vision of crocheting ninjas and golf cart speed demons excites you, consider subscribing so you never miss another deep dive on this evolving Grand Theft Auto masterpiece. We will keep unraveling the lesser-known details, exploring every rumor from potential cameo appearances to unconfirmed hot dog stands with suspicious neon signs. After all, there is always more to unearth in the wild tapestry that is Leonida State. Subscribe to stay one step ahead as we journey deeper into these comedic waters. Now, let us not forget that Grand Theft Auto has traditionally mocked modern obsessions, from social media addiction to corrupt political systems. Florida's retirement communities, with their private committees and rigorous homeowners associations, could become a satirical goldmine. Imagine infiltration missions forcing you to abide by labyrinthine rulebooks that specify the exact length of your lawn grass. Break a rule, and you face the wrath of a crocheted militia. Follow them too closely, and the entire heist might be compromised by a suspicious neighbor who suspects you of wrongdoing. The presence of unscrupulous developers could add another layer to the narrative. Florida's real estate scene is notorious for glitzy condos and shady property deals, so maybe local tycoons are scheming to demolish the retirement community and replace it with glimmering skyscrapers. Cue the seniors uniting to protect their turf in a heartwarming, comedic side arc. Double-dealing attorneys, payoffs to local officials, and a labyrinth of lawsuits might swirl through comedic mini-games. The final result: an explosive mixture of activism, comedic sabotage, and cunning infiltration. This tapestry of potential is precisely what makes the rumored inclusion of a retirement community so intriguing. Will it be a mere cameo, or will it expand into a full-blown region, complete with multiple missions, random world events, and hidden secrets? Knowing Rockstar, if they go for it, they go big. We have seen how they meticulously crafted parodies of suburban life, vast deserts, and corporate culture in previous titles. This time, they could deliver a comedic deep dive into the banality and hidden strife of what many see as the last stop before life's twilight. And we are here for it. Of course, speculation also points to other undiscovered areas, such as new wildlife reserves or parodied maritime attractions. But the retirement community rumor stands out because it aligns so seamlessly with Florida's universal identity and offers enormous comedic promise. If they want to lampoon the extremes of American life, there is hardly a better place to focus than on a cluster of bungling seniors trying to live their best days beneath sweltering humidity and towering palm trees. Add in the typical crime capers that define the franchise, and you have a recipe for unstoppable shenanigans. Could we see the triumphant return of iconic brand parodies, such as radio stations advertising shady retirement homes, or comedic commercials about mobility scooters with rocket boosters attached? Most likely, yes. Rockstar's brand is built on irreverent, sly commentary that stings both the superficial and the profound. With the rumored Leonida State setting, everything from sugar-laden beach cocktails to monorails full of tourists becomes fair game. The challenge is balancing these comedic elements with enough depth to make the story resonate beyond cheap laughs, something Rockstar typically executes with aplomb. Yet, let us not discount the possibility of emotional resonance. Beneath the neon lights and comedic pranks, these seniors might also show the harsh reality of aging, regrets, nostalgia, and the relentless push of time. Doing little side quests for them could reveal backstories about past heartbreaks, lost friends, or decades of hidden secrets. Players might find themselves unexpectedly moved, just as they are preparing to laugh about a crocheted golf club cozy. This delicate balance between humor and genuine human emotion could elevate the retirement community from a mere novelty to a genuinely compelling arena of gameplay. Similarly, we cannot rule out the presence of a resident antagonist who stirs the pot among the seniors. Perhaps a cunning manipulator who exploits their loneliness, or a local politician who sees the community as a stepping stone to greater power. This villain might rally unsuspecting retirees to his cause, fueling tension that spills into the main storyline. It would be a brilliant twist if the retirement community becomes a pivotal battlefield, forcing Jason and Lucia to navigate alliances on all sides, dealing with souls who might appear frail but carry decades of cunning. All these speculations underscore just how massive Grand Theft Auto 6 might be. A single rumored neighborhood is generating endless theories about comedic chaos, heartfelt storytelling, and explosive set pieces. The part that truly ignites imaginations is Rockstar's proven track record. They know how to take an absurd premise and make it feel grounded yet outlandish at the same time. If they can pull off a retirement community that merges genuine warmth, biting satire, and the wild unpredictability that has defined the series, they might create one of the most memorable open-world locales yet. As we inch closer to what is expected to be a monumental release in 2026, fans are left to dissect every trailer, leak, and tidbit of news. The lack of official information about a retirement enclave only adds to the intrigue. Contrary to what might be expected, this absence suggests Rockstar is possibly preserving a massive comedic surprise for that final moment when we least expect it. So, do not be startled if, on launch day, players flock to the outskirts of Vice City only to stumble upon a pastel-colored wonderland of crocheted chaos, forever changing the definition of endgame content. In the end, we stand on the cusp of a groundbreaking new era for the franchise. Vice City is returning, Leonida State is expanding, and a legion of seniors may very well be waiting to greet us with crocheted doilies and questionable brownies. The comedic potential is off the charts, the narrative hooks practically write themselves, and the satire could be sharper than ever. So, keep your eyes peeled for that scowling retiree with an unassuming cane, because there is no telling what bizarre wonders lurk around the next palm-lined street. Possibly the quiet halls of Musty Pines will become the unexpected epicenter of madness.